and sees the first bike that comes and flags him down. So it was about 45 minutes before kickoff when I got to the Olympic Stadium. We got to the end and the game was finished. That's our progress for Italy, the host nations, in delight. And the final score, it's Italy 2, Argentina 0, but it was Uruguay.
Looks rush shot in! Rooney! Aguero!
The joy of football.
Well, this is quite a short journey over land, but it was quite dramatic. Italia 90, round of 16, and I was working for the first time for an Australian channel at the World Cup, SBS. I just left ITV, and they said, look, we need you to do a lot because we're a small station, and I think of the 52 games, I did 39 of them, obviously not all of them, a smaller percentage, maybe 10 or 11 from the grounds. Anyway, the round of 16, the Republic of Ireland were playing, Jack Charlton's Republic of Ireland were playing Romania in Genoa, and I think it was a 5 o'clock kickoff. I guess that's Italian time. And so I was to do the game, and then the sweetener really for not being sat in a booth all the time was to go to the games when I could. And the second game on that day was Italy in Rome, where we were based, against Uruguay. So the carrot was, well, you get the Republic game, you do that, as you've been doing off tube, and then we'll get you down. It was like, I think, a 9 o'clock kickoff in the Olympic Stadium. So I did the set-off of the Republic of Ireland game, and then it went to extra time, and then it went to penalties, confirmed. It was great result for the Republic, confirmed by David O'Leary's winning penalty. Now, I came out of the booth with my notes under my arm for the second game to be told, look, we're not sure with the traffic we can get you there. And I went, oh, that was sort of disappointing. So we have got an alternative. One of our young runners makes the coffee and everything, has got a scooter of the old Vespa Lambretta type. Do you fancy going on the back of that? And I went, yeah, I want to get to the game. So he was called Francesco, and so Francesco wheels me out. As I walked out, I walked past Greg Dyke, who was a very influential man in British television and worked for the FA, of course, as well. And he went, where are you going? I said, I'm going on. He just looked at me as if I was balmy. I don't think I'd have been going on a scooter under his watch if I'd been working for him. But we had have a good evening and all that. So I got on the back, and I don't think then anyway, you had to wear a helmet. But I wasn't too happy about going off with somebody into the Italian traffic. So I got a helmet. So they gave me a helmet. So off we went. It was fine. The time was okay. And then there's viaducts and sort of like Spaghetti Junction bits around on the way from the International Broadcast Centre, where I'd done the first game in Rome, to the stadium. And we get up onto one of these Spaghetti Junction flyovers, and it runs out of fuel. So now I'm betwixt and between. I can't go back and do it off the monitor as I could have been if I hadn't gone to the game. I would have been sitting in the same booth with a different match in front of my screen. So anyway, he said, "Oh no!" So he walks into the middle of this. It was like 3 or 4 lanes, and sees the first bike that comes and flags him down. And obviously, speaking Italian, he basically said that this fella's got to get to the game. Are you going to the game? Can you take him? And it was, yeah. So I get on the back of it. I can't even remember what it was, but it wasn't a scooter. It wasn't very substantial, should we say. And I've got my helmet on. So off we go. And bless him, the guy took me there. So it was about 45 minutes before kickoff when I got to the Olympic Stadium. But of course, even in those days, security was pretty tight. And when I got to go in, I got all my accreditation, everything to go and match ticket and everything. The guy told me that my crash helmet was an offensive weapon. and I went, no, what you been there for? He said, well, you throw, I mean, it wasn't a very English conversation, but obviously suggesting I could throw it at people. And so I said, okay. I've got to go. Here you are, and it wasn't mine to give away. Here it is. That's your. You look. You don't want me to take it in. You look at it. He went, oh no. Well, anyway, I got in. So I sat down about 25 minutes before kickoff, and Italy, obviously the host nation. It was a big night, and they were 2-0, I think. And by the end of the game, and this is a lesson to all commentators, I've done a game with extra time and penalties before I came out, and now I'm doing a game of big magnitude for the tournament. And I'm thinking it's gone quite well, actually, given all the drama in between. So we got to the end, and the game was finished. I said, oh, progress for Italy, the host nation is in delight. And the final score, it's Italy 2, Argentina 0. But it was Uruguay. So the penultimate word, before nil was the last word, and I got wrong. And I thought, you smug so-and-so, you thought, and it was a lesson. I was still relatively early. I've done, over 30 years since then. But I was sitting with one producer there, and he looked at me as if I'd just gone loopy. But I put it all down to the fact that I'd been wearing and carrying a crash helmet. But so, yeah, that's my tale of Italian 90.
And Argentina went on to the final.
Argentina did, but Uruguay didn't, of course, so they've been knocked out.
It
on
was
that
clearly
particular
wishful
night.
thinking.
Yeah, and they, and of course, Italy didn't get to the final, did they? So.
No.